The year is 2025, and the global trade landscape is once again being reshaped by the policies of Donald Trump. In a move that has sent shockwaves through international markets, the US president has imposed hefty tariffs on imports from some of America's closest trading partners. Canada and Mexico, bound to the US by the North American Free Trade Agreement, have been slapped with a 25% tariff on a wide range of goods. China, already embroiled in a trade dispute with the US, faces a new 10% tariff on its exports. These tariffs represent a dramatic escalation of Trump's protectionist agenda. The stated aim, as always, is to protect American jobs and industries from foreign competition. By making imported goods more expensive, the Trump administration hopes to encourage consumers to buy American. This, they argue, will lead to a resurgence in domestic manufacturing and a boost to the US economy. However, economists and trade experts have widely condemned the tariffs, warning of dire consequences for the global economy. They argue that the tariffs will harm American consumers, who will face higher prices for everything from cars to groceries. Businesses too will suffer as supply chains are disrupted and the cost of imported materials rises. The immediate impact of the tariffs has been a sharp increase in uncertainty and volatility in global markets. Businesses are delaying investment decisions, unsure of what the future holds. Consumers are bracing themselves for higher prices, and the threat of inflation looms large. The tariffs have also sparked fears of a global trade war, as countries retaliate with tariffs of their own. Canada and Mexico have already announced retaliatory tariffs on a range of US goods. The European Union too has threatened to take action if the US does not exempt it from the tariffs. China, meanwhile, has vowed to defend its interests, raising the prospect of a full-blown trade war between the world's two largest economies. The tariffs are a major setback for the global trading system, which has underpinned decades of economic growth and prosperity. By raising barriers to trade, the Trump administration is undermining the rules-based international order that the US itself helped to create. This is a dangerous game, and one that could have far-reaching consequences for the global economy. The political fallout from the tariffs has been just as dramatic. Trump's decision to impose tariffs on allies like Canada and Mexico has strained relations and raised questions about the future of long-standing alliances. The tariffs have also fueled anti-globalization sentiment, playing into the hands of populist politicians who seek to exploit economic anxieties for their own gain. In Germany, for example, the far-right Alternative for Germany, AfD party, has seized on the tariffs as evidence that the global trading system is rigged against German workers. The AfD has surged in popularity in recent years, capitalizing on public anxiety about immigration and globalization. The party's success in regional elections has sent shockwaves through German politics, raising concerns about the future of the country's commitment to free trade and European integration. Public reaction to the tariffs has been largely negative, with polls showing that a majority of Americans oppose them. Many people are concerned about the impact of the tariffs on their wallets as prices for consumer goods begin to rise. Others worry about the broader economic consequences of a trade war, fearing job losses and a recession. The big question now is whether the tariffs are a negotiating tactic or a sign of a more fundamental shift in US trade policy. Some observers believe that Trump is using the tariffs as leverage to extract concessions from trading partners, and that he will eventually back down if he gets what he wants. Others fear that Trump is serious about dismantling the global trading system and replacing it with a system of bilateral deals that favor the US. Only time will tell what the long-term consequences of Trump's trade policies will be. However, one thing is certain: the tariffs have injected a new level of uncertainty and risk into the global economy. Businesses, investors, and policymakers around the world are now left to grapple with the fallout and to navigate a future where the rules of the game are no longer clear. The stakes could not be higher. The global trading system is not perfect, but it has delivered unprecedented levels of prosperity and lifted millions of people out of poverty. It is essential that cooler heads prevail and that we work together to strengthen and reform the global trading system, not tear it down. The future of the global economy may depend on it.